Hello, my fellow car modelers. How you doing today? Oh, I said I wasn't going to do any more updates on the 40 Ford, but I thought I'd share this with you because I'm in mass frustration and hatred towards myself because we're at the wire and I'm kind of rushing things and I have to go somewhere and I'm trying to get something done before I go, and all I do is make mistakes. But, as someone reminded me in the comments, old Bob Ross, my hero, never have mistakes. They're just happy accidents. And boy, did I have a nice clobber of one today. I know somebody asked me in the comments if I would show how I was going to mask off the runners and put the rubberized paint. There's this really cool paint that's basically, I don't know what the color is called, but I'll put it right there. It's from Tamiya, and it's to look like rubber, and let me tell you, doesn't it? But do you see my massive disasters? So I taped this all up, and I got some, you can see right there, I'm gonna have to buff off some schmegma from the tape that I use. I use this fine line tape. You know, basically I got it from, it's a 3M fine line. They got a couple of colors. I like to use the orange because you can see through it. When you press down, you'll see, like I could see the black come through when it's down really good. This stuff is real stretchy and it can curve, and it's great for getting, you know, you don't have any blow through, but it tends to leave a residue, which is not a big deal. I'll buff that off. So I get it all on. I get this whole thing taped. I only do one side at a time. I suggest that whenever you're doing anything like this, just do one side at a time. Masked it all off. Everything was all, you know, tight and everything. And no bleed through it. I'm really pleased how I did that. I even got in there, I put the tape around there and I kind of cut it to get it to where, you know, with my X-Acto knife, I went ahead and shaped it. And I went and I shot it. I even had this masked off under here. Didn't want any of that rubberized paint under here, which I highly suggest. There's tons of things you can do with it. But I'm in such a hurry, I didn't quite let it set up and dry totally, and I started unmasking because I was excited to see how it turned out, and I kind of got to get rolling. But you can see what I did. As I'm unmasking, I nicked it there, and I go, well, you know, this is an old car. We got it distressed. You know, happy accidents, right? Distressed. Taking the last bit of tape off, I stick my thumb. You can see it right there. Isn't that cool? I'm so happy about that. Makes it really look good. And then just before I turned the camera on, I nicked it with my nail. I'm so cool like that. Well, you know what? That's okay. We're going to leave it like that because, well, you know, the car's been driven a lot for 40 years, 50 years since it was, you know, built and turned into a hot rod. It's like I said, you know, it was probably built, you know, old school hot rod in the 60s, 70s, or 80s or something like that. It's kind of the story, and it's just a surviving hot rod. I just want it to be, you know, show its age, show its use. So I'll probably do some weathering techniques and all that, but you can really see how nice that turned out. I highly recommend that paint from Tamiya. Looks really cool. Totally, you know, it's better than leaving it black like that side. So I'm really pleased with that. I'll make the, you know, the other side doesn't get stepped on as much as this side would, I'd figure. You know, it's right where the door is, I'm sure. Let's see if that plays into effect real well. Yeah, it's kind of like right where the drivers would always kick up on. So, you know, we're going to live with it like that. Like I said, I'm going to do a little distressing here and there, but it's really tedious work. I just didn't want to have the camera on and do all that. It is what it is. That's how we're rolling with it. So, but just to go over how I did it, if you want to mask off like that and shoot that, I did that fine line tape that I showed you. I put a piece right across there. You can almost see where it was because I have the residue that I'll clean off with the polishing compounds. It's no problem. And I, with my X-Acto knife, cut it really good. Really fresh and sharp X-Acto knife. That stuff slices really nice. And I got it to curve around there. I did the same over here. And then I just used, this is Duck Products. I usually like, this is like my favorite masking tape, the 3M green. but this is kind of equivalent to that green. It's not as good quality, but it's high tack, which sometimes you got to take it, and I'll go on to, you know, I'll just do that and kind of knock some of the tack off. But I'll usually do it on you know, a clean pair of pants or something like that. Just get the tack down a little. And I taped it all up, and then I used a piece of paper, and I'll even show you. Here's my masking paper that was wrapped around the whole car. You got to make sure when you're doing a part like here, you just got to make sure all this is protected. I masked everything off, so I got no overspray on anything. That's pretty much how it's done. So I just thought I'd do that. That is my update. I don't know if I'll do another update if I feel like it, so I'm not going to promise anything before the car's done. I still got a lot to do. I'm going to get ready to, I was hoping today to be able to paint the body. All the prep is done. I'm going to shoot it with a silver base coat, I think, and then I'll just throw that sapphire. I don't know yet if I'm going to do that or just hit the gray primer with the sapphire blue. It's kind of a transparent paint, so the silver or white would be a much better base coat. So that's where I'm at. There's how it is. I got that. Remember that fender? Look at how nice it turned out. It's all polished up. So there we are. That's it for the 40 Ford. Let's, you know, we got to have the thumbnail, so let's have the thumbnail. What do you say? Let's get it closer. Let's get a good shot. What do you think? Think that looks good? I like it. I really do like it. That is very cool. Alrighty, so there you go for that update. And we will see you in the next video. And remember, go build model cars. Well, do I have to keep telling you why? Apparently I do. Because they're fun. So keep gluing the fingers together, keep cutting the styrene, and here's the producers.